Justice Egan. Good morning, Justice.
Good morning, Dean. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yourself? I
Fantastic.
can't
Thank
wait.
you.
I can't believe November, first weekend in November is going to be like our 1 year anniversary of meeting each other in person. I mean, I it doesn't it blow your mind? It's like it almost becomes impossible to stress to everybody how important it is to get to these events. It's like you try and put it into words, but until you go, you just don't understand what everybody was talking about. Would you agree with that?
I would totally agree with that. And it is hard to express those things sometimes. And the experience that you have and what you get, it's almost inexplicable.
It is. It is. Well, I cannot wait to see you and Mary this year. Very excited about that. I've got some awesome stuff lined up for this morning. So let's get rocking and rolling.
You're on. I'm going to read out. It's all yours.
Awesome. Well, listen, guys. Welcome to MLSP's morning wake up call. Congratulations for taking the time out of your day to get on here. No matter where you're at, what you're doing. To set 20 minutes aside. And really focus on on your intake here, okay? What you put into your brain, what you feed yourself is so important when it comes to staying on track and growing your business. So I know we've got a couple of first timers on the call. I know we've got some new MLSP members, all that good stuff. Welcome to this unbelievable community. I'm really excited to be on with you here this morning. So first things first, big shout out, Mary, Dean. Thank you so much, guys, for all you do. For those of you who are first timers on here, Mary and Dean, basically they do the intros every morning like clockwork on this morning wake up call. You got to get out to live the dream. You got to meet them. You got to meet everybody in this community. It is super important to get out to that event. And sometimes we put these things off, right? I mean, sometimes we say, well, next year I'll go to the event or you have something to get done and you say tomorrow or next week. I mean, we are all guilty of it. And this is the topic that we're going to be talking about here today. I'm going to tell you a little story and I'm going to help you try and make a shift here that's going to make you, help you move things forward at a faster pace, help you take more responsibility, because here's the deal, guys. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that my biggest struggles were motivation, were consistency, were productivity, were pushing forward. So this is why I speak so passionately about this, because I realized something one day, and it was about who we become in the process of building this business that really makes the difference. It's about changing personal habits, not learning SEO, not learning PPC, all that stuff. That stuff's important. But if you hear me on these calls, if you hear me train on webinars, you always hear me refer back to changing habits and making little mindset shifts, as being the big cornerstones of breaking through in your business. And I'm going to tell you a little story here today because it's a very recent story of mine and it's near and dear to my heart. And it reminds me of these very things that I talk about. And again, when I talk about these things, guys, we are all human. I'm not perfect. Nobody in this community is perfect. We're sharing with you these experiences, these realizations, this awareness, because we all need it, okay? And we all have good days and bad days. And when you're more aware, when you recognize these things, you have the ability, okay, to bounce back faster. You have the ability to recognize shortcomings in a day, in a week, in a month, in that really can help you turn the corner, flip that switch, get things moving again in the right direction. So the story I have for you here is, a story that came about just recently. I work with my girlfriend. We both work in the same network marketing company, and there was a big incentive going on for the last 3 months to win a vacation. My girlfriend, we came home from a live event, and we were all about this vacation, and something inside me was a little, something wasn't right. Okay, I felt like, maybe I wasn't feeling right about promoting what I was promoting at the moment. We all have these challenges, guys. Sometimes you lose belief for a minute. You got to pick yourself up, put yourself back on the horse. But she got out of the gates and she just won this vacation in like no time, right? And here I am, I wasn't performing. And I think I had, 3 points en route to 30 to win a vacation, right? And time went on and time went on and time went on. And I still felt the same way. And all of a sudden there was a major change. There was a reason, and I'm not going to get into that, but there was a reason for me to get out there and really go for it. And, something I could get behind, something I could be proud of and promote wholeheartedly. The only problem is that a lot of time had passed. Now, to help you understand here, what happened is my girlfriend, and I got to tell this story from stage in an event just a couple of weeks ago. My girlfriend, her why is to retire her parents, okay? And I was down, I was with her on Father's Day. We took her parents out to dinner, and here I am, not nearly where I need to be to go on this vacation. And she says, I'm going to give this vacation to my parents. Okay, I'm going to give my vacation that I've won to my father and mother as a Father's Day gift here. And I stopped and I said, well, what if I don't win? Right? What are we going to do? Are we going to send your parents out with all these leaders and network marketers that we hang with? They don't know. What if I don't win? And this is the power of working not just in a relationship, but in your business with a very strong person. Okay? She turned to me and she said, I'm not going to be mad at you, but why would you even say that? Okay? And there's a reality here, guys, and this is the truth. Sometimes, we give credit, we give too much power to our circumstances, to, the things around us, when really we have total control. Okay? The fact that I would even entertain the idea of not winning is absurd. Okay? The fact that I would entertain the idea of not accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish and actually keeping her from being able to gift this to her parents is absurd. Okay? So, needless to say, she gives the vacation to her parents, and again, things weren't jiving with me and what I was promoting at the time, and time goes on, and things finally change, and I can jump into the ring and start promoting here, but we've run short on time. Okay, now here, all this time has passed, and I have this deadline looming over my head. Okay, and time's going by, and I'm working it, and I'm working it hard, but things just keep falling through. This person that says yes doesn't come in. This person that says they're going to join that day doesn't come in, and before you know it, okay, we're down to about 5 or 6 days, and here in those 5 or 6 days, I have to sign up, I believe, 6 people into my network marketing business to go on this vacation, to be able to take my girlfriend on vacation with her parents because she's already given that away. So what happened? Well, here's what happened, guys. I started hustling. Okay, I started doing things I haven't done before. I called people I've never called before. I picked up the phone like a madman. Okay, I networked on Facebook. I did webinars. I did everything possible. Okay, because I had this deadline looming, because I was sweating this. Okay, because here we were. Okay, I had said I'm going to do this, and I hadn't done it yet. Okay, and we have this very limited time window. And I'm telling you, I performed at a level, guys. I mean, I pushed so hard. And what happened? Well, we got to the final day. I had 7 appointments lined up in the final day. I needed 1 sale, and the first 5 said no. And sure enough, guys, after that, things fell into place. And with a couple hours to spare, I made a final sale and ended up on this vacation. Now, why this story today? Right? Why are we talking about this today? Well, we're talking about this because I had a realization when I got to talk about this from stage a couple weeks ago down in Florida, or last week, I think it was, down in Florida. And what I realized is that it's amazing the way we perform when we have a deadline. Okay, when we have a deadline that cannot be moved, when there is no wiggle room, when there's no negotiation, when you just have to do what you have to do. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Okay, who on this call has ever wrote a paper in school last minute or crammed for an exam? Who's ever had something they had to do? Maybe your kid had an obligation at school a certain day, or you were going on, you had a family vacation you were going on, and you had what seemed like an insurmountable amount of things to do up to that point. And you got out there and somehow you get it done. Somehow you cram it in and get it done. Somehow you perform at an incredibly high level. Well, the reason is, guys, is because as humans, when we have those deadlines, okay, we perform at a high level. When we spread things out, when we have a month, we're going to take a month. We will take the amount of time allotted to get something done, but we can perform at an incredibly high level when that deadline's on. Okay, so now I want to ask you about your why. Okay, because the story I just told was performing at an incredibly high level for the sake of a vacation. Okay, now I don't want to discount vacationing with my girlfriend or winning a free vacation. I certainly don't want to discount the value of sending her parents on vacation or being able to bring them on a vacation. But I'm going to tell you something right now, and I don't want anybody to take this wrong way. Okay, it's just a stupid vacation. The people on this call, me, you, everybody, let's talk about our why for a second. What's your why? Why are you doing this? Is it because you hate your job? Is it because you want more time with your family or for your kids? Is it because you want a better future for your children? Is it because you want time and money to help the community, help your church, help people in need? Isn't that bigger than a vacation? Okay, why is it that we can perform for something like a vacation? I can perform at such a high level in a short period of time. But when we talk about, I'm doing this for my children, somehow we can put things off till tomorrow. Are you really doing it for your kids? Are you really doing it because you don't like your job? Do you really want the life you want for your family? Do you really want to help people in need? I'm not questioning whether the answer is yes. Okay? Today, we're talking about identifying that why and respecting time. Okay? Because we've all been there. Everybody on this call can relate to what I'm talking about. Everybody has performed at a high level when an non-negotiable deadline is on the table. Well, guys, we don't put that same deadline on ourselves when we're talking about making this happen for our children, for our family, for people out there that need us. Okay? It is time to stop blaming a lack of time and start blaming your lack of respect for time. Okay? Respect the fact that time is finite in nature. Stop relying on tomorrow. And I told you, the reason I talk about this the way I do, guys, is because we are all guilty of this. Okay? But be aware. This is about awareness. Okay? Be aware that time is finite. Okay? And we all talk a good game. Right? Oh, live like there's no tomorrow. Seize the day. You never know what's going to happen. Be grateful. Okay? But do we step up and really respect the fact that time is finite? Do we really take our why? Respect how big it is, how important it is, and put non-negotiable deadlines on accomplishing what we need to accomplish. Okay, because here's the deal. You can accomplish incredible things. You are capable of doing amazing, amazing things. Okay, do you realize when I sat there and I looked out at a crowd of people and I told this story about that hustle I had in me for 6 days, didn't mean I was working 15 hours around the clock. It meant I was focused. It meant I was organized. I was on a mission. Okay, and that work in that week is still paying dividends right now. Okay, it lined up prospects like there's no tomorrow. Okay, and it made a mindset shift for me. And when I sat out there and I looked at that crowd, and I said, there are people in this crowd that want something better for their family. There are people in this crowd that are down to the felt, okay, that scraped it together to get out to this event. There are people in this crowd that are working a job for 5, 10, 15 years, and it's going to be another 20 if they don't do something about it, and they're not happy. They don't like that job. So what's the difference? What's the difference? It's a respect for time, guys. It's a respect for the fact that it's finite. It's time to stop relying on tomorrow. Okay? Now, it's human nature what we do. It's human nature to spread it out. It's human nature to put it off. Okay, here's what I'm going to encourage you to do today. Okay, I want you to respect time and schedule for yourself. Okay, now we have this incredible community in My Lead System Pro. Okay, incredible community where we connect with like-minded people. Okay, it is time to hook up with people, to put deadlines on yourself. And I'm going to encourage you, okay, to make these serious deadlines. When you have things you want to get done, put serious deadlines on this stuff. Get with a partner, hold each other accountable. And I'm going to tell you this, make it painful if you miss the deadline. Okay, because that is the driving force. For some reason, We don't see, we have a difficult time looking out and seeing, how we've shortchanged our families or our lives or the people around us if we don't do this today, how we've shortchanged them 10 years from now. Okay? I don't care what you have to do. Make the deadlines you put on yourself, make it painful if you miss. Make it non-negotiable. This is the key to high performance. This is the key to breakthrough. This is the key to doing things you haven't done before. Okay? And you've done it in your life, I promise you. You've crammed for the test. You've gotten the errands done last minute. Okay? You have always gotten it done when the deadline is non-negotiable. Find a way to put that non-negotiable deadline on yourself, to bring your why in, to attach it to what you're doing, because time is not on your side here. Okay? Stop negotiating it. Stop giving yourself tomorrow. I have respect for that why. Okay, if you're not putting these deadlines on yourself, if you're not, making every day as good as it can be, and you're not going to be perfect, okay, but if you put deadlines on and you schedule correctly, you will be aware. If you take responsibility, you'll be aware. You have to start respecting what you're doing this for and respecting the fact that time's not unlimited here. Okay, so I want to cite another conversation I had the other day, and I don't want to drag this out, but this really, really hits home for me right now. Okay, I had a conversation with a couple the other day, and it was a couple nights ago, and they just got into My Lead System Pro. They've been in network marketing for a long time and really never made it happen, and they're so excited to be part of this community. But immediately the questions started rolling in. Well, what do you recommend if we're limited on time? If we both have an hour commute to work and we work 12-hour days and we're limited on time, what do you recommend? If we're not technically savvy, what do you recommend? Okay, that's not where the answer lies. Okay, I don't have the answer to put more time in the day. Nor does your sponsor, nor does anybody. Okay, nobody has the answer to make you more technically savvy. MLSP does, but it's going to take time. Okay, you're going to have to learn. But here's the question I asked them. I said, well, why are you doing this? What's your reason? Well, this happened when the economy fell apart and, we lost our retirement and now, things are tight and we're not going to be able to retire and, this is our situation, and they painted the whole picture and I had to help them make a shift here. And this is what I want everybody on this call to recognize. Okay? If think about the alternative, okay, to not making it happen. If you don't make this happen, if they don't make this happen, they retire broke. They don't retire. They work till their dying day. Okay? To me, that's big enough. Okay? That's a big enough why. That's a big enough, elephant in the room to say, wait a second. I need to start respecting the way I treat every day here. Because that's what's out in the future. We need to stop pushing things off until tomorrow. Okay, start scheduling, start putting deadlines, because the alternative, even though we're not feeling the pain of it right now, the alternative is not retiring. The alternative is a worse life for your kids. The alternative is working that job for too long that you don't like. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you feel that pain today. You need to put deadlines on yourself where you feel the pain if you don't make them. Okay? That's the bottom line. We need to stop giving credit to our circumstances. Stop giving all this respect to our lack of time and start respecting the fact that it's finite and that we can do better, that we've performed better. I know you've performed better. I've performed better. Okay? It's time to be aware. It's time to have that respect. Okay? To respect what's going to happen if we don't execute at a high level. So, guys, I hope this hits home for you today. I hope if you're first-time callers, let's go over to the My Lead System Pro group. Okay, let's engage. I want to hear it's that your first time. I want to know what you took away from today's call. Get in there. Find a partner. I don't care if you have to make them a bet. Okay, I don't care if you have to tell them, listen, these are our deadlines. If one of us doesn't meet our deadline, we're throwing the other one $100 we don't have. $500 we don't have. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm speaking hypothetically, guys. But it's time to start putting serious deadlines on, because you will perform at a really high level. I experienced that. It was a reminder. I've done it to myself before, but this weekend, or this experience was a reminder to me of what we're capable of what you're capable of. Okay, you've done it. Cite a time in your life that you've done it, because then you will respect the content of this call. You'll understand how true this is. Okay, so, listen, if you grab a partner, if you make a schedule, if you put deadlines on yourself, and you respect those deadlines, and you understand, okay, that the consequences of not performing at a peak level, and the consequences not just, well, I'll do it tomorrow. There are consequences. You have to place them on these deadlines. And get out there, get your hands dirty, get busy, and make it happen. You can do it. We can all perform at a higher level. And when I know what people on this call are dealing with, okay, and I know a lot of the people on this call, I know what you're dealing with, okay, it's worth it. Is it worth it to push it off till tomorrow? No. It's worth it to step up and do it now. You have to. Okay? Your circumstances rely on it. Your family relies on it. Your happiness relies on it. So you have to respect time. Set deadlines. So go into the My Lead System Pro Facebook group. Let's rock and roll. We'll engage for a little bit. Go find yourself an accountability partner. Okay, sit down and reflect on what we talked about in this call today. Step up. Okay, and I say that from a place, I'm saying that to myself as much as I'm saying it to you guys. Okay, none of us are perfect here. Step up. It's time. Respect it. All right, I'll see you guys in the My Lead System Pro group. Hope you enjoyed the call. Talk to you very soon.